All right, everybody. The Texas Longhorns just absolutely mollywopped the Texas Tech Red Raiders 57-7. Just demolished them. There's whatever words you want to use as an adjective, go ahead and use it. The Texas Longhorns, yeah, this was a great game that we got to see on multiple levels. Not only did you get to see Brett Yormark, we didn't see him per se, crying, but Brett Yormark was definitely a sad little boy up there in whatever box he was hidden away in. Joey McGuire gave Steve Sarkisian just a big old fake bear hug, all that. I told you they were gonna break and all that. Yeah. Hey, did we break? Who broke? Who broke, Joey? Just quick question. Who broke? Okay, cool. A lot to talk about today. So we got Arch Manning. He made his debut. Jaden Blue had an amazing day. Quintravian Weiser, call him Quintravian. He definitely deserves that name. That dude is legit. Kickoff teams and running the football. The defense is legit. Played well in all three phases of the football game. There's a lot to talk about. So if you like the video, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then comment down below your thoughts on the video and your thoughts on the win. I want to hear what you think about the win because it was, look, as a Texas Longhorn fan in the stands, okay, been a long time. Been a long time coming to beat Texas Tech and to go 11-1. And look, beating Texas Tech, it's not like, oh, we finally beat Tech, yeah. No. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. Tech is just this little thing, okay? Winning the final game of the Big 12 season and going off. And you know what? The only team we lost to was a future SEC team. So technically, all the Big 12 teams, suck it, bitch. Okay? Walk off. Carry y'all's nice L for the rest of y'all's lives with y'all. We do not want to see y'all. TCU, kick rocks. Baylor, kick rocks. Texas Tech, kick rocks. Houston, go ahead and kick some rocks. BYU, hadn't had you for long, but kick rocks. Kansas State, you know what's coming. Kick rocks. Kansas, kick rocks. Wyoming, no, you're not in the Big 12. Iowa State, especially you, kick rocks. There's a few more that we can say kick rocks, but you kind of get the point. They can all just go kick some rocks. Yeah. What an absolute victory to watch the Texas Longhorns just dominate in all three phases of the game. This was, look, hey, if there was a game that you were going to do it in, this is the game to do it in. This was the game. There's not only, and I know some people are going to say this doesn't matter, but you know what? In my opinion, it's going to matter. Now, my opinion's been wrong in quite a few things with the college football playoffs so far, so take it with a grain of salt. The Texas Longhorns absolutely demolished Texas Tech, 57-7. Granted, at home. Oregon barely. I mean, when I say barely, score says 38-30. Oh, well, they beat them by 8 points. It was a pretty good game. No, siree. A field goal in the final 2 minutes of the football game? Like a minute, 10 seconds left on the clock? To go up 1 point? Well, we can't even say points because it's a single point, 31-30. And then a pick six interception on the drive where they were actually driving down the field, potentially going to get another field. Texas Tech was going to get a game-winning field goal. What? Ooh, that was a lot closer than it looked like. Yeah. That 30 is a little bit misleading. So, in my opinion, the committee is definitely going to factor that in. Texas, I mean, we played the same team. Look, different quarterback, but I mean, you could make some cases that they've said, hey, we want this quarterback, Tyler Shuck. We're gonna shuck you off this like an ear of corn. This is, the committee they definitely should be looking at this. I mean, the defense just absolutely dominated them. We didn't let Taj Brooks did have an all right day. Okay, it wasn't like we shut him down, but at the same time, it also wasn't, he just tore up the Texas defense. No, he had an all right day. About what I thought it was going to be. Thought it was going to be right around 20 carries. Thought it was going to be right around 90 to 100 yards. He was right there. I think it was like 18 carries for 98 yards. I have it right here. 19 carries for 95 yards, 1995 for all the 1995 babies out there. Yeah, I mean, but to hold a running back like his to his standards to that level, I mean, that was not only was that expected, but I mean that's a good job. I mean, it's not a bad job. It's not a great job. It's a good job. Yeah, you got to love it. I mean, Arch Manning, seeing him in the third quarter. Now, Malik Murphy, I believe he was injured, so that's why we didn't get to see Malik Murphy, and we saw Arch Manning instead. But, woo, 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 woo. Oh, that boy's got an arm. That boy's got an arm. But I mean, honestly, all of our quarterbacks have arms, but I mean, that was a absolute bullet. Now, I'm not saying Malik Murphy can't throw it that fast because I believe Malik Murphy has the strongest arm on the team. But that ball was a speeding bullet. If you know the one, it was an end zone shot to DeAndre Moore. DeAndre Moore probably went in the locker room after the game, gave Arch Manning a piece of his mind, that saying, "Hey man, can you not try and amputate my hands when you're throwing the football? I mean, for the love of God." That thing is moving fast. Now, and Arch Manning, he got some wheels now. The narrative about him, or not narrative, but all the reports that he can run. Oh, he can run. Watch out, he's Cooper's son. He can run. He's got the athleticism. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He can run. Did have a fumbled snap. Hopped on it immediately. I thought the moment didn't look too big for him. We're not going to be sitting here talking about Arch Manning all day. I just want to mention that off top. Jaden Blue, amazing game. Oh, my goodness. 121 yards on 10 carries. Well, really, all the running backs. Incredible day. I mean, when you go and you add in, it's 181 with a Wisner added on, plus 72, plus 45. That's 298. Okay, well, no. Hold on. No. 308 yards, including Keelan Robinson. Okay, well, that's 10, 20, 29, 36 divided by 36. The Texas running backs ran for 308 yards on 36 carries, 8.55 yards per carry. That'll do, pig. That'll do, pig. That'll do. You saw multiple times where Xavier Worthy looked like he was getting injured. And this is a game where, I mean, it just, every play lose Ryan Watts. I still haven't heard Steve Sarkisian's press conference. Need to hear about that. Hopefully we're not missing him for a long period of time. But at the end of the day, just say another thing. Malik Muhammad, yes, sirree. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo. Woo. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I know we still got to see the entire season is still on the table. Texas could end up going to the College Football Playoff. All that, everything is still on the table. We should not be overlooking and looking into next season or the season after that. But I can't help myself. I cannot help myself. When you have guys like Derek Williams, who, okay, yeah, he's made some mistakes this year early on, but he's a true freshman. That's to be expected. What about athletically, he belongs. And as the mentality is starting to come around and the X's and O's and the speed of the game starts to slow down, Derek Williams starting to look better. Him in his third year with Anthony Hill, with Malik Muhammad, add in a Colin Simmons who at that point would have an entire off season inside the Texas Longhorn program with Torrey Becton. Yeah. This defense, we're going to have those are four dudes who are legit potential first round candidates on the defense. And to have three of those dudes are already balling out as freshmen. Imagine them as juniors and leaders on this team. It's just Look, that is a thought that is intriguing, to say the very least. Okay, now back to Jaden Blue, just absolutely tearing the shit out of Texas Tech. That dude is good. From what I've seen from him this year so far, he is. I'm so impressed. He's the next Jonathan Brooks for us. He's the next Jonathan Brooks. He is the next guy that just breaks off 10-yard runs at such a high frequency. 15-yard runs if you also. But it's not even those too. He looks small. Oh, he does. He looks small. But he is mighty. Woo. That dude, he is a tough runner. He gets tough yards. If you need, like, he's the type of guy that if you need 2 to 3 yards, he will power through some people. Okay, so don't take what I'm about to say the wrong way, because he does run with power. But he runs in that wall at such a high speed. That dude is, like, he understands how inertia works. And if you build up enough momentum, you're gonna the force combined with the momentum is gonna push something that way. I'm gonna say mass combined with the momentum. Mass times acceleration equals force. The force. Had that a little bit off there, but now that we're back on track, kind of getting what I'm saying here. Jaden Blue is running up with a lot of acceleration. May not weigh as much, but with how much he weighs multiplied by the acceleration that he has, I think might beat some of these power running backs that are a lot bigger, a lot more mass, but run with less acceleration. He'll knock somebody's back. He runs in there just fierce is a word. Savian Red. Savian Red. He looks like Roschon out there. And what I mean by that is he does not look like a running back. When he's carrying the football, you're like, is that a running back? It was running back his original position. No, it wasn't. But you know what? At the end of the day, as long as you're effective, that's all that matters. And he is effective, certainly. 7 carries, 60 yards. Nine carries, 72 yards. Sorry, I was looking at Trey Weiser's stat line. No, Trey Wisner. Quintravian Weiser. Quintravian Weiser. Man, oh man. Oh, that dude's special. We're going to have him in a couple years. He's going to be toting the rock. He was looking very elusive. And then not only that, but he has been all year long, since the very beginning of the year, he's been a special teams demon. He is a guy that, if we ever need to, like in an emergency scenario, toss out Wisner at linebacker. Goodness, that dude can tackle out there. He is making plays on special teams on that kickoff coverage frequently, all the time. And you know what? That's something that's a common thing, that when you see guys making special teams plays, you tend to see them get on the field. Now, here's the other thing, too. You want it to where your better players are playing on special teams. I'm not saying that Trey Wisner's a starting running back and that's why he's playing on special. No. But I'm saying, when you have teams like Texas does, that they value special teams at such a high level and they're willing to give like some teams have a mentality of, oh, we're not going to give our starters snaps on special teams. I don't want them getting injured on special teams. Then you have other guys that say special teams are one of the most important teams, and yes, they will be. Our best players will be playing on special teams. A lot of NFL guys don't like playing on special teams because it's just that they think it's a little bit under their payload. Well, you know what? This is not the mentality the Texas team shares. And to see a guy like Quintravian Wisner playing well on special teams, yeah, that is certainly something I'm going to take note of moving forward. Also, I mean, this was a big confidence game because I don't know. Again, I need to watch Steve Sarkisian's presser. How long have we lost Cedric Baxter for? If we've lost Cedric Baxter for any, period of time, there's only 3 potential games left on the season. Jaden Blue should certainly be able to carry some of that load, but we will need Savion Red, we will need Wisner, and we will need Keelan Robinson. Keelan Robinson looked like he went down a little bit towards the end there, but from the view in the stands, he was back on the sideline, standing up, looking like he was ready to go back in the game. So that's something that we'll have to see. I'm not too worried overall right there. The the balanced nature of this Texas Longhorns team is something to truly behold. There's been, 185 to 131 passing yards, 336 to 325 passing yards. I'm talking about rushing yards to passing yards. I'm talking about the offense being versatile and being balanced. 184 passing yards to 170, 230 to 248. Now, I know we weren't leading in that one, but we didn't lead in rushing yards. And 302 to 226. So this is the thing. This is also another thing I want to talk about with this Texas Longhorns team. And it's been 1, 2, 3. No, there should be a fourth one. There's 4. Yeah, there's 4. 4 of the weeks that we've outrushed the passing game. And that is just, this team is going to run the football down the throat of the opposing team. There's something to be had about knowing what you want your identity to be, and not losing faith in it. I mean, it's really easy for a team to lose Jonathan Brooks and to have Adonai Mitchell, JT Sanders, Xavier Worthy sitting there on the runway and go, you know what? We're going to stick with the run game. We're going to continue to pound lose Cedric Baxter too. Nope. We're going to sit there and pound the rock. Don't care if we have to go. Don't care if we're going to Weiss. Don't care if we're going to Red. We know we got good running backs. We're going to pound the rock. We got a great rush defense. And we're going to win with physicality. That's what this team is. And they've gone out there, and at the end of the day, they've won 11 games, lost 1 by 4 points. I still have my feelings about that 4-point loss where you just cover the guy. A guy that I spoke glowingly about just a minute ago, Derek Williams. If Derek Williams covers Drake Stoops, OU's never in a position to kick a field goal to tie the game or, score a go-ahead touchdown. They just never get that chance. So, this has been a great season. Outside of a 4-point loss to Oklahoma, which I've seen enough Oklahoma games where Texas is so fucking terrible that we actually win that game to know it doesn't matter. Losing the game by 4 points in that game. This is the funniest thing. I swear to God, this is not piss me off. It makes me laugh so much. Is when fans going into the week, you gotta throw everything out the window. Throw it all out the window. Throw everything out the window. It's a rivalry game. It's a rivalry game. You cannot look at how talented the teams are. You can't look at how good the teams are. Rivalry game. They're always going to be in it. Okay? Then when Texas loses by 4 points, it's terrible. It's terrible. You can't throw everything out the window. Why are you throwing everything out the window? You got to look at it for what it is. No, you just spent five days leading up to the game saying you can throw everything out the window. I don't get it. So 11-1 with a 4-point loss in the game that it came in. I'd rather have that 4-point loss there instead of in Alabama. In Alabama, then the narrative changes a lot more. And at the end of the day, fuck the narrative. But I'm extremely happy with having finished 11-1, going to the Big 12 championship, with a potential chance to go to the college football playoff, potential chance for an eventual national championship run. Hello, I mean, I've been waiting for this season for a long damn time. It's been I've aged quite a bit since then, mentally, emotionally, physically. just about every way that you can imagine. Probably not all for good. But that being said, man, this Texas team, can they do it? Can they go out there? Well, yes, they can. This Texas team plays with some absolute swagger. They play with attitude. Like the defense, watching the defense play is just fun. Watching them after the plays that they make, fun. They're going out there and they're having fun. Football is fun. You can tell. Tavondre Sweat just absolutely engulfing dudes. Byron Murphy taking up 3 to 4 blocks and then leaving the rest of the linebackers and open defenders for Taj Brooks. This is this is a fun defense to watch. Then you got Malik Muhammad coming in when Ryan Watts goes down first play of the game. All Malik Muhammad does is goes up one hands this ball and pulls it down and steals it. Played a really heck of a game. Another guy that I mentioned earlier about in 2 to 3 years, he's going to be a player. Now, all that being said, how can we go without Bert Auburn? Bert Auburn has been so damn clutch for this Texas team. I mean, time and time again, he's just come up big. A 54-yarder. He's I think it was like a 49-yarder last week, and then now a 54-yarder. He has been kicking like that. That leg is on fire, as well as his locks. This is the stuff that you like to see from this Texas Longhorn football team. Playing well in all 3 phases of the football game. Go out there and dominate. Beat the same team that Oregon barely beat early on. Just absolutely take them to the woodshed. What a great game. What a great way to end this regular season for the Texas Longhorns 2023 football season. Now, we'll find out who we're going to be playing as of right now. BYU is up 14-6 on Oklahoma State. So, as of right now, the Texas Longhorns are going to be facing off against the Oklahoma Sooners in the Big 12 Championship. And truth be told, I'd honestly I would prefer playing Oklahoma in the Big 12 Championship, because then I would like to go out there and beat the ever-loving shit out of Oklahoma and go, hey, you know what, committee? It was a rivalry game on a neutral field where the stands are literally split in half, and there's not a single game that exists like this in college football. It was a one-off. It was a one-off. Show them what it was. Show them what it is. I want to run it back with Oklahoma. I fucking hate them. I hate them. They are my most hated team. I'll cheer for an Aggie before I root for a Sooner. Fact. So, that being said, we'll find out who we're going to play very soon here. I think there's one more thing that I'm a fucking idiot. So, it is what it is. But, look, we had a great game. I had a great time. I hope you all did. This is not an immediate reaction, but this is a little bit of a delayed reaction. I was so damn tired. That every play video took 4 to 5 hours getting it done. That was a long game. A lot of footage to get up. So, hope you all enjoyed it. But, Texas Longhorns get the win over Texas Tech Red Raiders, 57-7. Send them to the Shadow Realm for eternity. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day. Hook 'em!